We're just counting down to market opening. I've got Shell Bhatnagar also with us. Looks like a gap up in pre-open. Shell, given that this was the much anticipated meet, but we have seen a sell-on news effect, what's the likelihood of seeing that gap up come to light in just under a minute?
Good morning, Abha. I think we are going to have a quiet day after the gap up. We've already rallied about 940 points before this gap up happened. So add another 110. That's a round of 1050 for the Nifty in less than 12, 13 sessions. So enough is enough. Now a bit of profit booking. We are already at 2-week high. Therefore, I see that markets will be down a bit in today and tomorrow, and of course a lot of value buying happening in all sorts of PSU shares, profit booking in gold.
And the opening bell ringing as well, Shell. Talk us through the opening trades, because as you said, it's about 0.4% higher, but expectation that perhaps trending quiet after that, given recent highs that we've seen. Just talk us through some of those opening ticks on your screen.
Well, the advanced decline, Abha, is really good. At the moment, 5:1, 1470 shares in the green versus 270 in the red. Out of 19 indices, 18 are in the green. And we are led by the IT index, the metals index, the Nifty Bank. Out of the top 10 that make up the index, we have a slew of gains coming into Infosys, 26 rupees higher, 1548, TCS 15 rupees higher, ICICI, L&T in the green, HDFC Bank the highest weighted, up 10% in terms of all-time highs as far as the NSE 500 is concerned. Early, well, it's all the way auto and auto. Maruti fresh record high, Hyundai fresh record high, 2659, and of course L&T Finance 243 for you. Again, a record high. Lots of gains across the board. You have defense counters doing well. Cochin Shipyard 1.6% higher. Zen Technologies 3.5% higher. And of course, within the auto space and IT space, you have Escorts, Persistent, and L&T Technology Services, ABA, doing a great job early morning on the Lal Street. To you.
Okay, I want to bring up some of those newsmakers also, just to touch upon them. You mentioned auto. So Hyundai Motor India, they've signed a 3-year wage settlement with the union. Jindal Steel to rehabilitate the Hwange plant in a $455 million Zimbabwe deal. Just bringing that up because, some of those Jindal counters across the different Jindal companies have been in the news this week. And steel, of course, continues to be in focus as well. JSW Steel, meanwhile, to raise interest in the Illawarra coal holdings. That's about $60 million there for JSW. So let's pull that one up as well. And meanwhile, I think we had touched upon LTI Mindtree. They're going to launch an AI commerce center. So that one's in the news on that front. Yes Bank, a stake to rise to 24.2% for an SMFG post, the Basque deal for Yes Bank. So let's see if that stock's recording any kind of uptick this morning. But looking at a slight stake uptick there in SMFG post the Basque deal. That's Yes Bank in the news as well. Let me welcome in Vineet Polinchkar, who's joining us, Head Research Ventura Securities. Vineet, good morning. Is the market playing out as you expected post the Fed meet? Are you disappointed, or are there slightly cautious commentary?
No, I think it's along expected lines, and we believe that India is going to be a bigger beneficiary of the rate cuts that happen in the US, because as the dollar declines, we are going to see a lot of money move into Asian markets. There is hope that FIs have been selling in India because of the valuation concern, but soon I think it's going to stop, and our market should start moving up from here again.
All right. So, we've been talking a lot about building up to some kind of Diwali high. And even if we are taking a little bit of a breather at the current highs that we've been seeing, what's your sense, Vineet, and where are you focusing? What kind of strategies, themes are you looking at over the next few weeks?
So, a couple of things that have happened is that the GST benefits that have gone have arrested the negative sentiments around the Trump tariffs. And with Trump team coming to India to negotiate, I think things are panning out well. And we will see banking sector because of that move rather well. Earlier, it was expected to not do well. But right now, we believe that they will do well. And from tomorrow, I think consumption is really expected to pick up once the GST benefits start trickling in the rate cuts. So the place to focus is on public sector banks. Two top picks out there are Canara Bank and SBI. Both of them are having their subsidiaries listed in the future. So we will see leg up there on both these stocks. We also like HDFC Bank. uh, the NBFC space is also expected to do well. So I think the best proxy on the economy for playing the consumption theme is to play the finance sector.
Okay, fantastic. So talking about financials, let me go back across to Shell. Shell, Mannapuram Finance, that one's in focus and on your list. We've seen a lot of buzz on some of these financial names. Why Mannapuram in particular?
So Manappuram is
Yes, Abha, I think Manappuram is something. Manappuram is something
go
that
ahead,
needs
Shell,
to
and
be
then
looked
I'll
at.
come back to Vineet.
Till about 4 months ago, Bain Capital purchased an 18% stake in Mannapuram Finance, which is a gold loan provider for somewhere like 236 rupees. They poured in about 4,300 crores and about 55% uptick in Mannapuram Finance year to date. This is a multi-bagger stock. Over the last 10 years, Manappuram has returned about 27% each year as CAGR return for its long-term shareholders. Well, why is it critical at this point of time? Gold prices are at a record high and a lot of small borrowers are moving away from microfinance loans to gold loans simply because you can get more loan with less gold pledged. And more importantly, the scrutiny that was happening in MFI gold loans, which is microfinance loans, is much, much higher than gold loans. Manappuram, in fact, has shown a surge in loans which are in the range of 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs, and that is something that is growing dramatically in the market as far as unsecured and secured loans are growing. So all put together, except for the negative, which is lower yields, which again is something that Manappuram is doing on purpose. It wants to attract higher strata borrowers and therefore is reducing its loan costs. This is a stock that needs to be looked into, mainly because Bain Capital is now on the driving seat. Gold prices are shooting through the roof, and more importantly, gold loans are now acceptable in the broader market. So this is a theme that is going strong, already at a record high. You need to consult a financial advisor before you get into it, but this is a tailwind which is very, very strong in India, and especially in the NBFC space. Abha.
All right, Vineet, let me come to you on Manappuram in particular. You also had a comment on that.
No, so I think most of it has been summed up very beautifully by Shale. So there's nothing much that I can add on to this. I think the valuations are also pretty decent. So, we like the stock as well.
Great. What else, Vineet, is looking good to you in the market? So much to choose from. You mentioned some of the themes that you were looking at, but some of the, other action-driven stocks this week. We've been tracking BEL. We've been tracking some of the tire companies and auto anchs. Of course, IT, that's another big one. Let's pull up that pocket because that's looking good this morning in particular. Anything appealing to you from the IT pack, Vineet?
So, although IT has been doing rather well, we are a little cautious on IT. We believe that there's a lot of negative activity happening in the US. Concentration to the US market is very high for the Indian IT stocks. And, we have headwinds from, H1B visa, you have headwinds from AI, and, generally headwinds to the US market because more than 50-60% of your business is coming from the US markets. And so we think that is a real red flag, and especially considering the fact that they're going through a lot of stress in that particular geography. I think investors would do well to stay away from those stocks. I'm not saying that they will not go up, but the risk reward in the domestic themes is far secure than what you get with the IT stack.
All right. Shell, what else are we picking up this morning? Yesterday was all about textiles and shoemakers and so on and so forth. Today, like you said, even though it might be a slightly more quiet market, any spots of action that you're looking at?
Well, Abha, it's PSUs and PSUs all the way, and that's because these are the ones that provide a deep value at this point of time. Look at the rail side of the government business. You have RVNL 1% higher, rights up about 1%, and within the PSU theme, there is a lot of activity that's happening on IREDA. This is a renewables financing company, 2% higher. Very strong moves coming into defense counters. Cochin Shipyard, no stopping it, 2.2% higher, 1932. PNB Housing about 1% higher. Apart from that, BHEL adding about 0.5%. So early deals yet in the market, but a gap up of about 100 points plus a 930-point rally is now making investors and traders a bit cautious. We need to digest these gains over the next 1 or 2 weeks and then take it forward. Remember, it's Thursday. It's also the weekly expiry of the sensex, and anything and everything with this, whether a rate cut or a record high on the Nikkei, is now baked into the price. It is time for retailers to come into the market and for big players, HNIs, ultra HNIs, to book some profit and shift it to banks. Abha.
All right, great. Vineet, Shell, thanks so much for joining us and taking us through all the market action this morning. It was all about the Fed meet. We've been counting down to that, and as expected, and therefore the Nifty seeing a gap up but likely to remain pretty steady through the day, given that the Fed didn't really come out with any major boost or surprise.